Hello and welcome to our 2021 women's basketball preview. Today I'm joined by Coach Matt Ducharme as we get ready to start a season we weren't sure we'd see this year. So, Coach, what's it been like having the team back together?
It's been great, just for overall, just our mental health. I think just being around each other, having some of that socialization that was probably missing for a big part of 2020. Plus the normalcy of having a season and then maybe not having a season and possibly and then finally getting together, I think was a huge relief. And no matter what happens, I think just being together for this time has been a real benefit as far as socially and emotionally.
Great. Has your time away from the game changed your perspective as you get back into it?
I don't know if it's the time away as much as just what's going on in the world and the pandemic and how that has kind of put things in perspective, but also really stresses the importance of having things like team sports and athletics in part of people's lives. I think it's an important piece. But at the end of the day, health and safety does trump everything. So it does affect your perspective.
Hmm,
But we're here now and we're moving forward.
definitely. What's the one thing you've tried to do during the pandemic to keep some sort of normalcy?
It sounds so cheesy, but I exercise was like my big thing. Being kind of at home a lot. We were able to run a staff boot camp for employees just through Zoom, and I think that just being able to see people virtually on that and then exercise, I think, is a big part of mental health. So that kind of kept my sanity. And now I need to get back into it.
Yeah, it's a tough transition.
Yeah.
How have you adjusted to the new protocols in place to maintain health and safety?
We I'm a pretty big go with the flow kind of guy, so I do whatever's necessary to get the job done. And we just, if we have to, whatever, wear a mask at practice, then we wear a mask at practice. If we have to wipe down the basketballs after and before practice, that's what we're gonna do. Um, so yeah, sometimes it's like, oh my gosh, there's so much more than X's and O's this year. There's so many other things you got to think about. But I'm always a believer in doing what you have to do to get the job done, and then just have everybody buy into it. If I start complaining about having to do everything or whatever it is, then I think that trickles down to everybody else's attitude as well.
Hmm. What's it been like preparing for this season compared to past years?
um, it's been just abnormal. You never know. Just to start out, we have 5 teams going in the conference, which is already half the teams. That's different. No out of conference play. You never know every day what's going to happen that day. It's really kept you on your toes. Really learned how to be resilient and overcome anything that comes your way. I think that's actually not a bad skill to have in life. And unfortunately, we've had to be resilient for about 9 months, 10 months now, almost a year. So, but we're just happy to be here. It's just been really different. I haven't had really a chance to do any scouting because, that's not on the top of the list right now. So hopefully we can start getting normal Saturday when games start.
Yeah. How have the players adjusted to getting back to training?
I think they've adjusted very well. I actually think they kind of were looking forward to that structure again. Even the 7 a.m. lifts, we were able to get in some one already on Tuesday. There was some murmuring, but at the end of the day, they all showed up. They all did what they had to do, and I do believe that structure does help with mental well-being as well. So I think it's a good thing. I think they've really kind of came into it. Having just all online classes, I think, can be a little less structured as well. So I'm a firm believer in structure, and I think this has been good for them.
Right. You mentioned how different the Little East looks right now, but your team has made the title game in 2 of the last 3 years. What do you think it will take to get back there again?
This, it's no matter that it's half the league, it's still a very talented league with a lot of good coaches and good players in it. So for us to get back to anywhere we want to be, it's going to take teamwork and hard work. We have some talent on the team. We graduated some talent off the team. So to overcome that, other people are going to have to step up, and we won't know exactly what we have until games start being played. But I'm optimistic with our current group. I think they've really been focused and really worked hard. But at the end of the day, it's going to take every game's going to have to be our best game.
Hmm. Of the 4 teams competing in the league, who do you think presents the biggest challenge?
I got to get into coach speaks because you get yourself in trouble with questions like that. You know, every game we play can be the toughest game. Like Keene State, every time we play them, they play us incredibly hard. The coaches do a really good job of getting a game plan together for us. They're always tough. Rhode Island College is one of our big rivals, of course. That right down the road. I think that close proximity kind of breeds some of that. So they'll be tough, of course. We will miss having Eastern Connecticut in the conference. They're always a very tough opponent. But I think anybody in this league, when you go up to play them or they come to your place, I think that game is going to be your toughest game.
Mhm. Just next one up.
That's it. We're New England. Aren't we supposed to say that anyways?
Yeah. What are you looking forward to about competing again?
You said the word competition. Having that, opponent that the whole team can focus on. Right now, we're into those days where the practices are getting, where you're sick of playing each other and you really want to play somebody else, and just having that again, that sense of normalcy of being on the sideline, even though the benches might look different and whatever that is, no fans or whatever, but just having that competition against another opponent. And I think that is something I am looking forward to, just concentrating on a game as opposed to everything else that's going on.
Mhm. What kind of preparations have you made to face the unique challenges this season will bring?
Just staying in close contact with, the administrators we have on campus and in our conference, and really making sure that we're doing the right things for the health and safety of our players and our staff, of course. We adapt. Like I said, I don't really know exactly what it's going to look like in a game yet. So that's going to be interesting in itself. Like we said before, it's like you overcome everything that comes your way. The adaptation will come. And we just got to do it and make the best of it. And that's just the attitude I like to bring forth with the team. And like I said, if I focus too much and I complain too much about something, I think that just trickles down.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just do it. Nike.
Yeah. All about the mindset.
That's it.
Thank you for taking the time, Coach. We look forward to seeing the Corsairs out on the court this season.
Thank you for having me, and we're looking forward to be back on there.